Good morning. I'm sure you guys are excited about getting to stay home again. You know, you had that long 3-day weekend, 2 virtual days. Must be nice. But, okay, so you should have read or listened to the chapters of 102 to 107 that I just uploaded. Then I'm going to ask you a few questions, and then I'll be answering them, obviously, since I can't hear you answer them back. But I will take a small pause to see what you hopefully had to say out loud, and hopefully it matches to what I'm going to respond. Then you need to work on your essay. I have uploaded a file on there. It's called Writing Template. It's basically, instead of using the hamburger and then alien ship this time, you're going to use this. So make sure you have everything highlighted. If you're not done, then that's what you need to do. You need to highlight, and then you need to click on the writing template.
Can't do it.
And it'll say informative, essay, graphic organizer. It'll have for your introductory, your conclusion, paragraph 2, 3, 4. Remember, this is where you would transfer your highlighted information onto here. You need to have 3 points. I didn't give you a topic sentence this time, but obviously it's from informational. So if you had the Titanic, it would probably be like information about how it was built, if that's on there. So like the 3 big main things that happen, if you could categorize them into 3 main things. The voyage and how the ship was built. What happened during the cruise, and maybe what happened after. For messy, you would probably put, it's a biography, which is still an informational text. So early childhood. So if that's on there, then you'd put like, when did he start his career, or early career? When did he start his career? How old was he? What's his full name? What team did he start off with? Where was he born? Does he have siblings? Things like that. Then you would put the middle of his career. Did he switch teams? How old was he then? Things like that. How happened in that time frame. Then the end of what the source says. His current, status as of now, or whatever it tells you. Okay, but it has to be in 3 sections, because you got to have your introduction, 4 to 5 sentences. Your second, third, fourth paragraph, which is your 3 body, and then your conclusion, which wraps up everything they just read. Okay, this is pure factual information. You have to grab everything from the sources. You can't add things that you want to add just because you know this fun fact. Okay, remember, you engage an audience by asking a question, giving a fun fact that you found in the sources, or quoting something directly from the sources. Remember, we already reviewed quotations, how to do that. According to source 1, comma, quotation, the name of the source that you read it off of, and then you would state whatever it says, okay? Or italics, underline, we learned all that, okay? All right, so here we go. I'll do a quick one of what we need to do. What are some of the lies that Miranda tells at summer camp? What happens as a result of her lies? Okay, so we got to go back to Miranda's story. She starts telling us that she goes to camp. She didn't want to go to camp because her parents are getting a divorce. She wanted to stay with her mom. Her mom didn't want her to stay and told her to go. So think back. What lies did she say? These are lies that made her feel uncomfortable after she said them, but she says she felt she owned the rights, right? Do you guys remember? So those lies that her parents were in Europe. She lives in a townhouse on a nice street in North River Heights. She has a dog named Daisy. She has a little brother who has a deformity. So basically she was saying she was Via, right? Why does Miranda think that Ella is an easier friend to have? What does she say? Why is she easier in her eyes? Hopefully, if you remember correctly, you responded with something similar to, Ella doesn't ask as many questions. Ella just is kind of go with the flow type of person. she doesn't ask the serious questions. She's just more fun, okay? And she thinks that her pink hair is cool instead of being more on the judgy side, like, why'd you do that? What's happening? What's going on? Okay? School, why does Miranda sign up for the theater elective? Remember, at this point, her and Via aren't really friends anymore. They just kind of nod or wave when they see each other in the hallway. So hopefully you answer to yourself that the reason that she picked that elective is because she saw that Via had signed up for it.
Mama.
What I miss most? What does Miranda miss most about Via's friendship? Why does she miss this the most? So I want you to think back when Miranda's talking about all the things that her and Via used to do when they met, and see what you can come up with. She misses Via's family the most because she says she always felt more comfortable with them. And then she mentions, like, that's kind of sad that you can feel more comfortable outside of your home in somebody else's home. And she loves Augie a lot, so she misses him because she sees him as a little brother. Why is no one there to see Miranda on her play's opening night? So remember, she says she starts feeling that this is something that she's actually really good at. Once it comes to the night, Ella doesn't show up. None of her other friends show up. Her boyfriend doesn't show up. Do you guys remember why that is? Long pause. So she states that that they all go to the game instead, including Ella. So she just felt, and then after she saw Via's parents and Augie, she just felt like almost like she wasn't worthy of enough of this because everybody went to go to that instead because it was a more popular thing to do. So why did you think Miranda's parents pretend to be sick right before the play begins? Or why do you think Miranda pretends to be sick? Not parents, sorry. Pretends to be sick right before the play begins. Kind of just stated that because she sees August and Via's parents in the audience, and she said that that would make them really happy to see their child doing that. And because she misses Via, so she wants that for them. Okay. 2 more questions. The performance. What emotions does Miranda feel as she watches the play? Okay. This is kind of more an opinion one. You would use evidence from the book to back up your opinion. But, so she thinks Via does a great job for, she only fumbled a few times, but the partner was able to assist throughout the play. So nobody in the audience even noticed. And she sees that Via's parents and August, they all look so happy and, you know, emotional to see Via doing the play. And that was a bittersweet moment for her, as she says. After the show, now that you have read some of Miranda's perspectives, has your opinion of her changed? How so? Explain. This would also be an opinion. In my opinion, yes. You never know what people are going through. So it's easy to make assumptions. It's easy to judge somebody else. But sometimes when you find out the background, the core of things, then you realize, oh, this makes sense, why they're acting this way or acting out or pretending to be this. So for me, I kind of, being it as an adult, I kind of already saw that coming before I even read the book. I was like, okay, she dyed her hair pink. There's something going on. Not that you can't dye your hair pink, but a lot of times those are just signs that they're trying to grab attention. And sometimes it's just signs that they want a personality change or they want a hair change because they love that color. But based off everything else they had already said on her, to me, that was just kind of like a factor for that. So I would love to know what you think. So think about this question so that way when we come back, we're going to write about it into our composition notebooks.